Hey YouTubers, March 21st 2010. We've got general elections coming up over here, date possibly of May the 6th. You know, the usual election campaigns slag off the opponent. What they're both doing, what we've got here in the UK, the main parties Conservative and Labour. Labour's who's in at the moment, and that's Gordon Brown and Mr. Alistair Darling, who you've heard me mention. And the Conservatives, you have David Cameron. Now, of course, both parties, they're going towards, you know, who's going to do the best action to fight the public deficit and halve it, and all sorts of weird and wonderful ideas. So, as the stories goes, the people that are in power at the moment, Gordon Brown, he wants to try and get the IMF on his side, and he wants to sort of implicate a tax profit on banks, you know, tax them for their risks, or tax them on their actual deposits, which, you know, sounds fairly reasonable. David Cameron of the Conservatives, he wants just to put a levy on all banks so the taxpayers get their money back. You know, that's basically what Obama said he wants to do, and you know, David Cameron said, why should we be any different? Yeah, I mean, you know, you guys invade, whatever you do, we'll follow you. You got McDonald's, we'll have that. You're going down the toilet, so why not? We'll join you. What David Cameron is suggesting is a very, very, very dangerous move for the UK economy. If he just does this in the UK without getting an international agreement, so that any ruling or tax levies that he puts on banks in the UK is applicable to all banks. If he doesn't get that and he just does it to banks in the UK, God, that was difficult to explain. He's you know, just going to get rid of all the banks in the UK. They're just going to leave. As Alistair Darling made clear, if the Tories do this, only to the UK banks will exit, and tens of thousands of jobs will go. Now, you've got to keep in mind, Alistair Darling, you know, he's a cool cat. You know, he's a politician, but he can keep his cool. You know, he sort of took over and it all went horribly wrong. So he's doing pretty well. But this will probably be his last budget, so he can afford to be very optimistic in whatever he's saying, or whatever he, you know, predicts. And this is what people do say about him. He is extremely optimistic. So Treasury spokesman agrees a type of levy is needed, but it needs to be an international one where everybody, you know, is on an even keel, so to speak. So it's basically handbags, you know, who comes up with the best solution of what they're going to do for the £178 billion deficit at £6,000 a second interest still. In the papers today, one of the parties, they've been caught in some sort of TV swindle, and another party's had you know, old pictures of his wife dug up from her modelling days, and you know, they could have been a lot worse, mate. So something else that was done, a scheme that was set up by the government to help small businesses to defer on their tax last year, is now at £5 billion. That's the small businesses have now created another £5 billion in debt. Whether this is added, I don't know. But that's basically 1 in every 6 VAT registered companies is now using this scheme or wants to use this scheme again. Problem is they're now being told once they've used it, they can't use it again. But it's okay, because figures shown in February 2010, only 1,834 jobs went insolvent, which is down from 2,160 in 2009. Only about another 200. I mean, how many more can be left? And of course it's going to go down. Bloody unbelievable. somebody sent me this link. This is a new business setting up, which, as most of them, it's basically an ETF fund, and their policy is for the first month, I can give them my gold and they'll give me a share certificate. So they're starting a new business which is apparently going to be backed by gold, and for the first month I can give them my gold because it's so much stress for me to look after and I don't sleep at night with it. I need to give it to them for safekeeping, and I get a piece of paper. Watch yourself.